Where are you guys at on zoos?
I'm not a fan of zoos.
So we went and visited my brother in Cincinnati this past weekend. He actually lives in Monroe, Ohio. And we headed to the Cincinnati Zoo, home to the Fiona the hippo.
It is a
very good zoo.
Yeah.
And I really hadn't been to the zoo in a while. I think it'd been a couple years since we had been. But I was just I enjoyed reading about the efforts to save and educate people about like these animals, like the conservation efforts that a lot of these zoos have turned away from. Hey, look at this monkey here in a cage to this is what we're doing to try to save where they're from.
Yeah.
Although none of these animals come from the wild.
I see.
Most of them are bred in captivity. But I think the only ones that were the manatees. They had actually been wounded somewhere in Florida or wherever.
That's pretty
they were
wild
at.
to see those manatees in the zoo
Big old
that have
sea cows.
those like prop marks on their back and shit. Because
that's what
people hit them all the time.
Yeah, well, that's why they do they tell you the wake zones. But we were there, so it was cool. They had like a whole cat night predator thing. So the whole thing was dark with red, ultra red, like violet red light. I don't know what I'm trying to think. You know what I mean? That's not going to affect.
UV.
Well, not UV, or he wouldn't have seen it. Just red lights, like predators can't see. Just red light.
Yeah, so they
filter.
still think it's dark, but it allows for humans.
Did they eat anything? Like, did you see them on the hunt?
No, nothing.
Cool.
Were they like Black Panthers?
No Black Panthers. They had some different cats.
I seen a video on the old TikTok this afternoon at lunch, or I can't remember where it was. Maybe this when I got home, and it was a video of some people that were glassing some elk, like just watching this herd of elk, and big ass mountain lion just comes out of this little draw and just finds a lone cow and just absolutely annihilates this freaking big ass elk. It just that shit like that is just mind.
It just reminds you, how vicious nature is.
Yeah. So
I'm allergic to
go ahead.
house cats. I'm probably allergic to big cats too, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say so. Yeah.
I'd really like to have a big cat. I feel like I like cats better than dogs.
Joe? Guys, I used to hate cats, but
Dogs are annoying.
You're kind of collecting them.
I know. Like Gus pissed on the basement floor today. Like the floor has no carpet. Forgot to mention that on our Labor Day weekend. We ripped. Oh, is that your foot?
It was my foot.
Damn, wait. That
you're way over into my space, cowboy.
Happened in a long time there. Yeah, like we ripped the carpet out of the basement because we got some water issues going on down there. So we
water issues
with the tub. We got some tub leaking stuff like that. Yeah, I'm a fat bastard, and the tubs are broke. But anyway, like cats are cool. Like I think like they strive and they like kind of like chickens. They thrive on neglect. You know what I mean? Like if you let them outside, like they're gonna hunt and find shit. Like they still have that natural. Instinct to go and like find something to eat, whereas like the dog just will shred the trash or get into the snack cabinet and rip a box of Cheez-Its and take it back to his kennel and eat them. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Does that happen personally?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm all in on zoos. I'm a big zoo guy. We did a lot of zoo stuff.
They make me sad.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of cool, but then you got to look at the other side of the coin.
When you know that they're all bred in captivity and they don't know any different, that's like, you know what I mean? That's like
I don't think that's a good argument.
But
if you busted out you go to the zoo right now, we'll go out there and get in that white car and we'll drive to Metzger Park Zoo down there in Evansville and we'll bust out any animal you want to bust out, and I guarantee that some bitch will be dead in a week. You know what I mean? Like that's where I kind of find my solace is like. Kind of to Casey's point there, those are all, I don't know necessarily bred in captivity, but born in captivity. Most of them are. You know what I mean? So like they could have, it's kind of like if you go to an animal rescue facility. Those are the ones that are like kind of sad. Like if you go to what the hell is the old bearded Jesus looking dude that's like the raptor. He's got like a raptor rescue center around here. I think his name might be Angel. Oh, but it's like hawks, eagles, owls, birds of prey, a raptor.
Yeah.
Broken wings, busted up feet, where they'll never be able to thrive.
Well, it's funny
in the wild anymore. You know what I
funny
mean?
you say
That's
that.
the kind of shit that kind of gets me in the feels. Like, man, that's a bummer.
It's funny you say it because we walked up to a whole pen of bald eagles, adult bald eagles, some beautiful white head,
Big bastards,
brown body,
ain't
and I was like, I looked at Janelle and I go, "It's cool they're here, but why aren't these bastards flying?"
they? Yeah, they can't.
And she was looking and she's like, "Well, that one's missing half a wing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh." So that was what
Right. Yeah.
they're not going anywhere. They're ground
I bet
ridden.
they'd rather be.
Dead.
Yeah.
Give me liberty or give me death. Hey,
Not
have
like-
you ever seen anything really wild at a zoo? Like anything like happening? I've watched 2 camels bone in a zoo before.
Oh,
and
of course.
this is the guy.
Wait, are they like animal camels or are they like some humans?
No,
that had some
like
humps
real
and-
ass camels. Like and the noises that a camel makes during its sexy time. It's magical. Like it's something that you would like if they put that on a soundtrack, like of sleep noises. Just moo, moo. It's kind of like a wail, but not that high pitch. Just kind of like a low moan the whole time. My mother's mother, my late grandma Mary, and my grandfather Marvin, God rest their souls, they went with us to, it may have been it might have been the Louisville. It was either Louisville, Cincinnati, or St. Louis, one of those 3 zoos. It was a big one.
Pretty large geographic area. That
3
we're
hours
missing
from
on.
right here. We're 3
So it
hours,
could have been in Annapolis.
or it could have been the Indianapolis Zoo. Yeah, like we're 3 hours from everywhere. And we was coming around that old corner, and there he was, this big old, I guess you'd call him bull, like a bull camel, I guess. Like
Camel Joe.
Yeah, Camel Joe was absolutely throwing the meat to this this young, attractive female camel. Camelette. And like I was a young fella at this time. I don't think my brother was alive. I don't think Cody was even a thing. So I had to have been sub 8 years old.
Okay.
And my dad tells me this story because he said, God damn it, it's one of the funniest things. And Grandma Mary grabbed me by the back of the head. Dad, what are them camels doing? You know what I mean? And my mom said, Grandma just grabbed me by the back of the head. Come on, let's go down this other way. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to see these 2 camels. You know what I mean? It was something wild.
Just
but
making love.
Have you never seen anything like that at a
No,
zoo?
not the zoo.
No, but I watched the last 2 of the new. My Labor Day hangover started kicking in about Monday around noon.
Ooh.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I had 2 movies left in the new rendition of the Planet of the Apes movies, and I think maybe that's why I'm against zoos right now.
Oh, gotcha.
'Cause that's how that all sort of happened.
There
Oh,
we
it
go.
did?
Well, they were testing monkeys on Alzheimer's medicine that just repaired cognitive function, and then turns out it improved it. And that's how that one ape, Caesar, was able to start talking and learning, and then next thing you know.
Yeah.
That's what was going on.
A female camel is a cow and a male is a bull. Just so you know.
There we go.